Oh, welcome back to Fire to Fork. It is wet here. This is Woz. I'm going to put a beanie on. I feel left out. Hold on. Yeah. I don't have a beanie.
I've got a Binny electrical beanie if you want one.
A what?
My mate's electrical company. It's just a black, standard, shitty looking beanie.
Oh, I might have one at the front of the car.
There you go. You want a Binny?
Yeah, mint.
Binny. He'll lose his shit and he'll love that. They're in Scotland.
Couldn't find a beanie, so Binny Electrical. If you're in Scotland, you need your electrical needs met. This guy. Just a reminder, somewhere in this episode there is a code word. Comment that code word down below to win a copy of my book. All right, I don't know much about making damper. I've made it a handful of times. I'm never that good at it. Woz is enthusiastic because he's unemployed, so.
The cheapest meal possible.
It
But,
is.
you know, breaking bread. This is the OG.
It's very Malcolm Douglas-esque, I reckon.
You and I both a lot of influences from
Huge.
school holidays watching Malcolm Douglas.
Yeah, massive.
So this video could be 2 minutes long.
Should be 2 minutes long.
Should be 2 minutes long. I mean, flour, water, throw it in the sand, come back an hour later.
Yeah, to a stodgy piece of shit.
Yeah. But we're going to go a little bit better.
We're going to go a little bit better than that. So we're going to make it a bit of a competition, but a competition that I have no intention of winning because I suck at making damper. So there's more of an excuse to get Woz to show me how to make damper because he is actually pretty good at it. So
Thanks, mate.
And you can actually make damper that tastes all right. Like my damper always ends up being stodgy and shit unless I fill it with like cheeseburger ingredients.
Yeah, that's the
usually
best
my
thing about it.
technique.
You can just experiment with everything, and it, you know, the ingredients that you're using are under $2, so just
Exactly.
keep
Who
trying
cares?
until you
Like,
find something that works.
if you balls up like $1 worth of ingredients, who cares? So
Give it to the neighbours at camp and make another one.
yeah, give it to the dog. Fred will
Oh,
eat it. Fred will totally eat that. I've actually fed him some really shit damper before. All right, what are you going to make first?
So I'm going to do my complimentary one. It's a herb bread.
All right.
Basically goes with every meal.
Cool. You do a savoury. I'll start with a sweet,
Okay.
and because I don't need a camp oven for my sweet one
Fancy in the pan.
in the pan. All right, let's get mixing.
Let's go for it.
Tell the people what you're making.
So this is the best bit. You always do it in a pot or whatever you've got. Anything.
No one actually carries a mixing bowl.
No, you shouldn't. Self-raising flour.
Look
to
what I
start.
found. A spoon.
And measurements as well. This is the best thing about it. You know, you put in
About a cup.
about a cup,
About a cup
two.
and a half, whatever. Some flour till it's the right consistency. I need a little bit more flour. So, oh yeah, as we both do, you keep your container and you buy one of these to fill it up because these are like $1.
Bang on.
Oh, also, we're going to go like no more than 4 ingredients, but also we're not going to count salt because everyone's got salt, except Woz actually.
A little bit of salt or
Sugar. What's happened?
My sugar's a bit moist.
Do you want me to use some? Do you want to use some of mine?
No, it's going to get moist anyway.
Alright,
We'll be fine.
on fire. Oh shit, Fred! Shit! Just tripped over
The
my
Chaos
dog.
Canine.
Jesus, Fred.
I like to use brown sugar, just a bit more flavour in it.
Now, what was the last thing you put on YouTube?
Yeah, the last video I feature on YouTube has a dietary theme to it. Basically, it's me not eating any carbs, any sugar, and going on the keto diet and proving how good it is.
Yeah, and riding across the Nullarbor on keto.
Yep.
Is this keto?
This is the opposite of keto.
Yeah,
This is
it's-
everything I missed out on.
I remember just before you started keto, you were eating wheat bix and ice cream to clear
Oh,
out
yeah.
your fridge.
I had to eat all the carbs in the house.
All the carbs, all the sugar. All right, so this is just flour and milk. And this is, look, it's not technically a damper, it just uses damper ingredients, but this is actually called a Johnny cake. And it's basically a damper pancake thing. But I wanted to mix it up a bit. It's not, I've never seen this done, I've made it up myself. And I'm gonna get some banana and sort of mash that in there. And we're gonna make like a damper banana bread thing, which I reckon would be good. I'd like an older banana, but I haven't got one, so.
They smell a bit. They smell pretty rich though.
Yeah, I did leave them by the fire. It definitely helped, but
This is confusing. They're trying to follow 2 recipes at the same time.
that'll be right.
Mixed herbs.
The recipe will be in the video description, so you can actually follow it. So you got mixed herbs, salt, flour,
I need that salt.
and sugar.
And sugar, that's it. You can use lots of different types of sugar. I'm going to use a different sugar for my sweet one, which we'll see.
Yeah, I like the idea of your sweet one sugar. That sounds fun.
Save that. Keep watching.
Save that,
Find out
yeah.
the trick.
All right, so mash all this banana up. A bit of salt, because sweet things always need salt. I'm gonna mash this up to so it's basically a pancake batter consistency. And Woz has just told me you're only supposed to stir this with a knife.
Yeah, you're supposed to stir with the knife. It keeps the air in it because it's not going to rise with yeast. The rougher you can be with it, the better.
I've always known that lumpy damper is good a damper. The gooder of the gooder of, no, I know what I said. The gooder of the damper, the lumpier of the damper. Lumpier of the gooderer.
Yeah,
That should be
exactly,
the name of this video.
exactly.
The lumpier of the gooderer.
Only this one slightly different because I'm actually going to knead it, which you don't traditionally need a damper.
No.
You don't need to knead, but I am going to because I'm going to roll it out. Can I steal your milk there?
Yeah. And you can use milk powder for this, which is what they traditionally did. But it's honestly hard to get milk powder in small quantities. They only sell it in like 5 kilo bags. And I was like, well, I carry milk anyway, so I'm just gonna use normal milk. You can use UHT milk, milk powder, whatever.
Yep, just add your whatever. If it's milk or water, you just add it a little bit at a time. You don't want to over water, but then it's not the end of the world. You just add more flour. Keep going, make a bigger damper.
Go and put that grill on actually.
So you can see you get a bit of a consistency like this, hence the knife is good. Kind of crumbles together, that's good. This isn't not a knife I'm using, but it's my trusty bit of Jarrah that's been in the camp kit for about 4 years. And every few camp trips I just shave a little bit off it just to sanitize.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that. Need some butter. Now, you always eat damper with butter. Or actually, you eat butter with damper, I reckon.
Are you counting that as your ingredient?
No, because I'm not putting it in with the thing, so it's not going in with the bread.
Yep.
I'm using it as a greasing agent, and it's also what we're going to eat it with. Like you use the butter from the pan to eat it, so that's why I'm not counting it.
Okay, fair enough. I've just gone a little bit of over milked here. Problem solved. A little bit more flour in there.
So see, I'm putting heaps of butter in here as well. Oh yeah.
Just to
Putting heaps of butter in there because you want this thing swimming in butter basically, and that consistency, it's like pancake batter.
a little bit of flour, make it non-stick.
So I know from Malcolm's son that Malcolm just loved butter. Like, butter was everything. It's the only reason he had an angle, was so they could have butter.
Well, my previous documentary, that was our tagline, is butter the new superfood?
Yeah,
So, you know, there's some sort of crossover.
yeah, there is.
All right, see that? Nice and rough.
Yeah,
Bits
Super
and
rough.
pieces everywhere.
yeah.
But I'm actually going to give it a roll out. Fred's becoming very interested now.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. Squeeze it together, be rough as you want. The kids love this job, I reckon. Are you preheating that camp oven for me?
Yeah.
Gee, he's a good lad. So my first experience of damper, or my first memory of it, was making that traditional flour, water, a little bit of salt, and just wrapping it around a stick. It was big fun as a kid, you know, you're in the fire, sitting there trying to get your damper all perfect. So this is kind of in a similar vein to that, but what I'm going to do is roll this up like a bit of a snake,
I like this.
like this. So do it the size that fits your
Do you
camp
need
oven.
oil or anything? Or are you just gonna?
No,
raw dog it?
because it's got the flour on the outside, so it kind of,
Oh, yeah.
you can see it comes apart, and I'm just going to paint it with a little bit of milk and then a few more herbs over the top. So hopefully you can see that. And then, if this works perfectly, once it's cooked, you can kind of peel it off a piece at a time, so you don't have to cut it. You can just
Okay.
peel off so everyone can have
That
their,
makes sense.
their little piece.
I do like that. I do think that, as we discussed yesterday, big stodgy bits of damper that are like a bit wet in the middle and just gross,
Yeah.
they suck. They are what gives damper a bad name.
The big lump,
The big lump,
it's just shit bread.
it's just shit. It's totally shit bread. All right, so I'm going to pour in
I'm
my
over.
Johnny cake. Whole lot. Massive amount. Thick. Super bready.
Super bready.
Yeah.
Mate, that is looking elite. Is there a way to do this? Do you have to...
Oh yeah.
Well, that does actually work quite well.
Does it? Yeah. You get better spread?
A little bit of height to it. I like that. Oh, that's It's a game changer.
And this can go on the... Can go on the heat.
Mate, good timing. Just need to transport
Do you want
this.
your camp oven?
Yeah, have you got it handy?
I do. One Kookaburra.
Get this red. Oh yes. Straight in now. A little bit of flour on the bottom,
Oh, she might be a bit warm.
but this is. Oh, right in the eyes. Which is perfect because this is a great way to test the temperature of your camp oven. So if you're going to put that flour in there, and you can see as this one, it's gone a bit warm, so it's actually burnt straight away. But better than burning your damper.
Yeah, totally.
Just little tip for
I like
tester.
that. I've never done that before.
Yeah, test it out because you'd rather burn that than burn your food.
Oh,
It gives
yeah.
it like a little, almost like a trivet in the end. Yeah, she's a bit warm. I generally try and cook this mostly from the top. Is that your style? So like
Yeah.
say 20% heat on the bottom
Yeah, 80-20 is usually my...
and then
My
pump it
rough
from
guide.
the top. And that way, if you're pumping it from the top as well, when you check it, you can always see if you've overcooked it.
Exactly. Well, the thing is that there's a lot more distance for the heat to get through the air to the top of the damper versus the coals on the bottom, which are touching the damper. So it makes sense that you need a lot more heat on the top
What do you think
to
of
give the
that?
same amount of cook. It's good to me.
Perfect.
Chuck
All
on the
right.
fire.
One last tip. Sticky hands from damper.
Flour.
Yeah, flour. You're
Yeah.
thinking I'm going straight to the water, just makes it worse.
Yep, 100%.
Just a bit of flour on the hands, rub them together. Feed the bandicoots, mate. Oh
So many
god,
bandicoots here.
Fred's into it, eh?
Oh shit, my thing's moving.
All right, let's get this on.
Oh, it's looking good.
Have you got one of your fancy gloves?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all right. Problem solved. What I'm going to do, I might actually put this just to the side
Yeah.
and put some
Get this
coals.
up. Get this out, I reckon.
We can just put the few coals down here. See if I can do this without putting ash in your
In my Johnny cake.
Johnny cake.
That looks a little bit smoky over there on the Johnny cake, so I'm just going to check that. All right, I think we're good to flip this.
Oof, this is going to be good.
Yeah, I know. Nice
Wow.
sticky. Okay, I'm going to get something bigger.
So if you're a good chef, Harry, you'd go the pan flip, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would, but I'm not a good chef. I'm an accountant. I need 2 of these. This is bullshit. Shit. Alright, let's get some crack. Oh, fucking hell. What a fucking disaster.
Do you reckon you went too much in
Yeah,
there?
I think I did. I'm just going to do it half and half. Screw it. It'll work.
I mean, the ingredients are in there.
Yeah.
It's-
And once it's kind of caked over, you can
Ooh.
just flip it again once it's got a crust on it. So this is pretty terrible execution, but like it'll work.
Nice.
As long as the cooked bits are not on the bottom anymore.
Geez, we're going to put on some kilos.
Yeah, I reckon Fred's going to get some damper.
Oh, yeah.
What do you reckon?
Oh, not bad.
That was not bad.
Maybe you are a good chef. My only concern is this is going to be a bit too warm on the bottom, but
We'll see how we go.
what do you reckon, Fred? You might be the one who decides who's won this competition. Oh,
The ball won.
the ball wins. Just going to turn the oven down a notch. Oh, it's actually pretty good, but I'll give it a turn around so I don't end up cooking one side.
I think we're on. I think we've done a Johnny cake.
Who is Johnny?
I don't know.
Right, so that's been in just over 10 minutes. Normally about 20 minutes, but of course it's a fire cooking, so you never really know. Just gonna knock a few of these off. Oh yeah. Definitely another 10 minutes or so.
All right, man. Let's have some Johnny cake. Well, it's still hot. It's the only way to eat damper when it's still hot. There you go.
Ooh.
Banana Johnny cakes. And you're gonna just
So, cake or damper?
damper cake?
Do you know how I know it's a cake?
How?
Well, the test to see if a damper is cooked is to give it the tap and you hear it's hollow.
Yeah, this is
But
different.
you went the knife
Yeah, okay.
cake test.
All right, I'll give you that. Yeah, yeah. All right,
Um,
I'm just gonna put a little well of butter in there. You can just
Oh
like
yes.
dunk it in. Oh, it's nice and hot.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
That's good.
Not bad.
Have you had some banana?
I've got a good chunk of hot banana. Did you put sugar in this?
No. I reckon it could do with some sugar.
It's a little bit sweeter. Maybe the
Yep.
older bananas, but yeah, could have gone a little sweetener
Where's your sugar?
in the camper. Little dusting of
Little dusting of brown sugar over the top.
oh yeah. Brown sugar, banana butter. Come on. This is the
Oh, just in with the butter.
yes. Now it's
In
talking.
with the
Now
butter.
we're talking. Give that a
Right.
little stir.
Oh yeah. That's it.
Yeah, see, this is the beauty of it. There's no rules.
No.
Yeah. That's the spot.
All right. So, is it damper? You tell us in the comments. It's pretty cheeky damper, but
It's pretty delicious damper.
it's pretty delicious
I
damper.
mean, it's a fine line, isn't it, between cake, a scone.
It's fun. I mean, the fact that it's called a Johnny cake, but also Johnny cakes don't have banana in them.
Are you gonna do the thing where you point to the ingredients?
You wanna
that
point to
put in? Yeah, I'd really like to.
Okay, you point.
Oh dear, I'm out
Okay,
of
ready?
sync.
Ready?
Yeah,
We
go.
used. Yep. 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 Yep.
And that's it. Amazing, isn't it? It's just- right, ooh. Couple of minutes, I reckon I'm ready for the herb spectacular. Oh, we'll get some more of this.
That's really good with the brown sugar.
Yeah.
This would be so good with coffee.
Coffee.
They reckon? Or tea?
Yeah, look, oh man, this is good with butter and.
That's really good.
Now we're gonna go back to savoury though.
Oh no, we've done it backwards, but you know, when it's cooked, it's cooked. I cooked this for Malcolm Douglas's son and grandson.
Really?
Yep.
Was that a big moment for you?
Huge. In the Kimberley. Bard Creek.
Oh. Were they in a pan?
Yeah.
They weren't disappointed. They didn't go straight in the dirt.
No.
Just, I love that, like this vivid
Well,
memory.
no, because I got the recipe from Malcolm,
Oh right,
and he did it in a pan. So I was like, that's fair.
fair enough. But I like how he used to. He'd just get a stick and he'd be like, and you just tap that off. Tuk, 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 the sand just falling out of it.
Yeah.
Like tuk, tuk. Beautiful. If you're gonna do it that way, you need to make twice as much so that you can almost like burn it on the outside and peel off all the burnt bits and
So
eat the middle.
yeah, what I found about Malcolm when I was up there was he used to always make all of his meals very soupy, and that's why he always had a damper. Is because damper was something to absorb all that liquid. He had a huge appetite.
Yep.
He's 6'4".
Really?
Yeah.
Weapon.
Massive dude, and like strong, really strong. Absolutely massive unit. Like his son Lachlan's like same height, like
Yeah, right.
I think his son's like 6'3" or something. Massive family, and yeah, like it's just wild.
They beat him big up north, don't they?
Yeah.
Real big. You've
Yeah,
gotta
except
be-
he's from Sydney. But I'm actually going to take this home
The
and
caramel.
reheat it for my kids.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd say that about damper. But that's wicked to reheat for the kids. I'll take a slice of it, chuck it in the toaster.
How'd you get it to fluff up so much? It's like
just does.
it's really yeah. Right. Pressure's on now.
I know.
Right, so that's pretty much 20 minutes now. So that Billy's done too. Oh yeah. Coffee's up if you're ready. So, unlike the cake, the damper test, you want it to be hollow. I reckon that's a little bit off still. Cooking times might vary depending on your oven.
And the weather, and whether it's pissing with rain, and whether you're any good at it, and the firewood you used, and all that shit. You cook it till it's brown.
You cook it till it's cooked. Oh, mate.
That's pretty good, mate.
Oh, it smells herby.
Good noises.
Nice and hollow, that's what you want. That's how you know she's ready. I'll just bring this out. And then, oh, on that bottom, because I put all the flour, it's kind of insulated it nicely. Yeah, look at that. Perfect. All right, let's get it over on the plate. Voila.
All right.
So, nice and crisp. And the idea of
Sounds
doing the little circle is that when you want a bit, you just pull it off like that. There's no
You
cutting.
need some butter, or
Oh,
what do you
mate,
have
butter.
it with?
Do we
Yeah.
need butter?
Yeah.
Absolutely, some butter.
Good.
Look at that, steaming.
The old boning knife.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's put it on the heat there.
Whack it on. Yeah, so look, little portions. Perfect, right?
Yeah, I'm into this.
No cutting required. I'm just gonna go with a little
Yeah, I'm just gonna put like a knob in there.
knobs of butter right on it. Herbs.
Herbs, red.
Oh. A bit floury on the bottom. Needs a bit more of a scrape. But
Oh, not bad. I would love this with like. This is where Malcolm's. Oh, the sugar makes it, I reckon.
yeah, not much in there, but just enough. Little sweet little kick.
This is why I love Malcolm's idea of, you know, just soaking up your food. You make like your really saucy, whatever. Yes, oh, like okay, perfect example, stew. Like a big saucy lamb shank stew or something,
Yep.
and you're just dunking this in it like crazy.
Dip it in. Perfect.
I'm into that.
It's pretty good. I just got a big clump of flour.
To me, it's the sugar that makes it.
On the bottom. It needs a little bit more of a tap and spanking. But
Yeah.
not bad. And
Question:
yeah.
does it go well with beer?
Yeah, go on then. We'll find out.
We'll put our coffees to the side. It's actually not that early, I promise. It is
Not that early.
11:39.
In Melbourne.
It goes well with coffee. It does go well with coffee.
It's bread.
But
Makes
that's
me
not the
share.
test. What flavour do you want? Pale?
Got a yellow one.
Yep.
It does come with the goods.
All right, CB Co IPA, aka Mother's Milk.
All right. Well, I've already got a little herb in it.
It's a pretty herby. Ooh, it goes really well. There's something about the herbiness in the hops
And something in this, isn't there?
that goes with this, like extra well. And then-
Tropical hops and bitterness. And a little bit of herb bread. A little bit of sweetness. That is...
that's actually really, really.
Yes.
I knew it'd be okay, but like
Nailed
this
it.
is really good. It's the herb mix.
Yeah, it complements the hops really well. That is interesting. Good hit. Good hit.
Oh, that's. I mean, like I'm used to, you know, beer goes well with steak and chips, right? Beer goes well with the palmy. Beer goes really well with this.
Accidental genius. I don't mind it. And, can I do the thing?
Yeah. Yep.
We only used self-raising flour, herbs, brown sugar, and milk. Dead simple.
Perfect.
The best thing about this, and all the dampers, I'm not sure about the cake, maybe so much, but they last. And I don't put that in a container in the fridge. I wrap it up in a tea towel.
Ah,
So, and also if you're out in camping,
that's
you want
really good actually.
If you want to
'cause
cool
it's a
it
pain in the
down,
ass to carry this stuff.
yeah. So if you want to cool it down, stick your tea towel over it so you won't get flies. But yeah, I just wrap it in the tea towel and either leave it in, depending on the temperature. Like if it's hot, you can throw it in the fridge, and it won't get, it doesn't get sweaty or anything like that, and it lasts for ages. Like,
That's
not
actually-
like bread, which goes soft or sweaty or mouldy or shit.
Oh.
Yeah, it's good.
Tell us how to cook a
All
sweet
right,
one.
so this is my sweet one, great for dessert. And when I was camping bluff for a couple of weeks. I was doing this for dessert, have like 2 slices for dessert and then have it for breakfast the next day.
I like that.
It's like, it was real good. The boys camp next to me were just losing their mind. Like, what is damper, man? This is amazing.
It's like, yeah, young guys these days don't know what damper is.
They lost their minds. They're like, this is so good, because they've both been camping for a couple of weeks. No fresh bread.
Yeah, and you're like, this was $2.
Again, that was measured to the gram,
Yeah.
to the mil, just whatever it looks like. So little trick, this one, instead of using raw sugar, which would actually have good flavours,
Yep.
but I'm going the icing sugar.
Which I really like the idea of because it's like fluffier and
Yeah, like
it's just more consistent.
super light, like super fluffy, and it actually gives the damper like the consistency. It makes it lighter.
Oh,
like
does it?
more towards like a cake? Yeah.
I wasn't
rather
sure if
than
it
going
would be like
caramel.
I wasn't sure if it would actually like clump together and create like icing.
Inside it, yeah. Well, we'll see, but it shouldn't. Not raisins, currants.
Okay. More sugar.
More sugar. That's
Yeah,
exactly
okay.
the reason. I went
Yeah.
to the supermarket and I was like, what's got the most sugar?
Again, keto.
We're looking about flavours here, you know. I'm not actually going to use milk. I'm going to do water for this one.
Okay. What
And
warm or
A
cold
little bit of cinnamon in there. Is that a little bit? That's it.
That's it.
Warm,
cold.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter. Probably not. It's going to be ice cold today, isn't it?
It's not ice cold, no. That's warm. Tepid.
Okay.
Call it tepid.
Tepid. So I give these a little pre-mix because then you can actually tell how much you've got in. You can look at it.
Yeah, always mix your dry ingredients.
There you go. I learned
Do you
something.
need salt?
Yeah, sweet and savoury. Go for it, boss. Terrific. So I'm going to put a few more doozies in there.
Did you show that camera? Roughly what it looks like. So
You can tell
it's not like thick with currants. It's got a few.
it's got a few in there, and we can throw a few on top. And again, there's no measurements for water with damper because you just put a little in, give it a mix.
Oh, by the way, we did a podcast last night, so if you want to hear 2 idiots chat by the fire for 2 hours, don't listen to that. Listen to something else.
It wasn't bad.
It actually wasn't bad.
Good chin wag, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It's called One Off the Wood, by the way. Just wanted to mention that.
See, that's nice and crumbly. We're getting there.
Yep.
Nice and crumbly. And again, why you do it with a knife,
Leave all the air in there.
leave all the air in it. You want those gaps in between the crumbs, and the way you know it's ready, and you give it this stir like this, and it'll start to grab the knife.
Ah.
So this is getting there.
Ah.
Look at that. That's how you know it's ready,
There you go.
because it grabs your knife much better than doing it with a fork. All right, so that is pretty much it. I'm just gonna get wet there. Just toss it on here for a second. In the dry patch, maybe. There we go. So that's all you need. Don't need it. You just bring it together on the sides, and depending on what kind of type you're going for, make sure it stays together. And that's gonna, because it's gonna grow obviously, but pretty good. Bit of a spotted dick, almost.
It does look like a spotted dick.
Bit of a spotted dick. Yeah,
Yeah.
the good kind of spotted dick, not the one you don't want.
No.
No.
Not the Kununurra pub kind.
No, no. All right, so I'm just gonna bung that in the camp oven that's preheated. One more thing we do want to do, because it is going to expand, give it a little help. Give it a few little cuts, because otherwise it'll struggle. So it just needs a little help.
Where'd you get that pot hanger, mate?
This one, this is a Red Bluff special. Ooh,
Do you want flour?
flour on the bottom.
Looks good.
Perfect. So you can see it's not burning.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Straight in the middle. We'll heat her up. We'll check that in sort of 15 minutes. All right, a bit warmer this time. Let's see how she goes. Oh, aye. Little bit,
Oh yeah.
maybe a
bit
little
brown.
overdone on top, but you can see how much that actually rose, hey?
Yeah.
Pretty good. perfect on the bottom too.
Bottom looks good, man.
Oh yeah. Nice. See how it's like heaps airy? Oh
Yeah.
my God, it's pretty warm. Let's
Right,
get that on the plate.
Do it.
Just gonna give it a little.
Fred trying to eat.
Proper Malcolm Douglas style, that, isn't it?
Yeah, Fred's gonna look like Charlie Sheen.
There you go. And see the see how like not kneading it comes apart.
Ooh.
Bit
Ooh,
gooey on the
bit
inside.
gooey.
Maybe not quite done.
But
But
I don't know, I reckon if you left that together and then cut the edge bits off, that'll be done in 2 seconds.
2 seconds, right? Butter,
Cream.
cream, definitely cream. It's dessert. You start with cream.
Yeah.
If we can even cut your little slice. Oh, it is pretty warm.
That looks pretty good, man. There's been no gratuitous B-roll in this episode because I forgot. And it's damper, and I don't really give a shit. Looks nice.
Yeah.
What do you have if you have a cricket ball in one hand and a cricket ball in the other hand?
2 cricket balls.
A massive cricket.
Good. I'm gonna let you dive in there. Cream's
Oh,
the go.
that's good. Yeah.
Cream or butter.
Or butter. Oh, I've just got the sweet bits, the currants and... Yeah. First little bit, I was like, bit bready. And then the sweet bits hit, and I was like, oh yeah.
Do you reckon the currants they're a lot sweeter than sultanas?
Heaps sweeter. Heaps sweeter.
Yep. It's almost rude to use a knife on these things.
Oh my
quite
god, that's
apart.
so good.
Yeah. Simple. Have we done the ingredients thing yet?
No.
Oh, good. Did you want to do it?
No, you do it. Do it.
Self-raising flour, icing sugar,
Yep.
water, currants, and a little cinnamon.
Well, the cinnamon, I reckon you could have gone more cinnamon.
Could have
You
gone
reckon?
more cinnamon. Yeah. I mean, we can just whack cinnamon on now.
That's it. It's a garnish.
Look at this. Dip and dust.
Ooh.
Ooh, aye. Oh, that's good.
Yep.
Apart from the currants,
All right.
They
I
are-
like that.
they're ingredients that you already have. Like, it's just so cheap. It's such a cheap meal to experiment with, have a bit of fun, make something different. It doesn't work. That the whole thing's cost us $1.
This might be the cheapest episode I've ever made.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I was here for it. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Question,
test.
Malcolm. Question for Malcolm. Hey, Malcolm. Does it go
Pete
well
Malcolm.
with beer?
Cheers.
It's a no from me.
Nah, it's not great.
Too sweet. Too sweet on this. The herb bread, though, definitely.
Goes pretty well with cold coffee.
Cold coffee. Oh, yeah.
Not deliberately cold, it's just gone cold.
It's pretty cold today. Hey, that is good. The
That's good with cold coffee, actually.
yeah. Like dusting your cinnamon. We're onto something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Very sweet though. Very desserty.
Yeah. See you, man. Dessert and like a little bit of breakfast.
Yep.
That with a hot coffee and some butter.
Yep. Bang on. Wrap it in a tea towel.
Yep.
Throw it in the fridge.
I know what you're having for dessert tonight. After your surf.
Thanks for having me on, Harry.
Cheers, mate. I'll see you in the next one.
It's been a pleasure. Midweek camping.
Midweek camping's sick. It's a Wednesday. No, it's a Thursday now.
Who cares? Every day's a Sunday to
Who
me.
gives a shit?